Hello, Wanderers. Welcome back to our Crusader Kings 3 roleplay series following Ariadne of Krete. And we pick things back up several months after our mother was deposed by the usurper Bosporios of the House of Macedon. Now, he is someone who comes from the House of Macedon and is the grandson of Basileus Aristarchus, but he is not the true heir to the throne. And that, as young Ariadne would believe, is certainly, in fact, her. She is the daughter, the eldest daughter of Empress Pelagia, and under Hellenic law, we should be the rightful rulers of the Eastern Roman Empire. But our mother was usurped by these vile supporters of Bosporios, and thus we no longer have that hold on the empire. We are going to do something about that. Now, there are probably many of you in the comments. I'm sure this is a contentious fact, and there's been a lot of discussion about how these kind of events would play out and what Ariadne would think in this situation, what she would do. You know, would she just kind of go and focus on expanding her lands here to the south into Ali, or maybe up here into the Middle East? And there's valid points to be made there, but could you imagine being Ariadne, watching your mother get deposed and then presumably assassinated? Obviously, it says she choked on her food, but I think we can make some assumptions here. You know, nobody was caught for it, but the fact that she died mere months or weeks after she was deposed, you know, I think it's pretty obvious that she was assassinated. And I think Ariadne would probably believe that too, even if it's not confirmed. And presumably, the obvious answer would be supporters of Bosporios here would have been responsible for that. So you could imagine being a very powerful young woman running a very strong kingdom and having to swear fealty to this man who usurped your mother, who took your rightful place, and potentially even murdered your mother, had her assassinated. There's no way that Ariadne would simply let this stand. I don't think that there is any chance that a character like this would allow something like that to simply stand and then swear fealty to him and expand his empire. I don't know about that. So obviously we're going to do something about that. Now the question is, do we do it now or do we do it later? And, you know, there is the possibility of building up our power base, expanding a little bit more. But the more that we wait and build up our power base, the stronger that Basileus Bosporios is going to get. He's already quite strong. He's got a bunch of holy orders called up because he's going up against this war here in the east. So his forces are kind of committed here. But the longer we let him go, the more power he is going to gain. He's not a terrible man. He's just and he's patient. So if we give him the time, his patience will essentially win out and essentially give him the advantage here. He just needs to sit on the throne. As the nobles kind of get used to his rule, he will gain more and more power at a rate that is probably far faster than we could gain. So the longer we wait, the more difficult it's going to be. Right now, he's only a year from taking the throne. It would be, you know, there's a lot of people who are still considering him weak and potentially a usurper. You can see that there are many claimant factions going up right now. Just everybody's got a claimant faction going on because his power is in question right now. Well, if you look, we actually have a claimant faction, and we do have a few members who have joined it already. One of which is our sister, who doesn't bring a lot of troops, but a few. And then we have our neighbor, Duke Niketas of Achaia, who has quite a few troops. Half of those are the Holy Order that he's called in, but it's still, or more than half even. But still, it's He's got quite a few troops. He's dealing with a small internal rebellion, but he should probably be able to deal with that reasonably well. We might even actually offer to join his war. Unfortunately, we can't here because he's not our ally. So that is unfortunate, but we do have some people joining a faction. If we could get some more, that would be ideal. How can we get more people joining our faction? Well, if we take a look here and go to add members, you can see that nobody can be forced to join, but there are a few people who dislike the current emperor and who like us much better. Now, is there a way that we can get them onto our side? Potentially, if we increase the amount that they like us more than us, or more than the emperor, I should say, we might have a chance. How can we do that? Well, if we demand the council position of the chancellor, we should be able to gain plus 20 with all the fellow vassals. I think that this is going to... I don't know if it's going to gain us anybody on here, but we will have... You can see now, everybody likes us way more than the current emperor. Pretty much nobody likes the emperor more than they like us, and a lot of respect for us here. So perhaps having this is going to bring us a few more faction members. And then what else can we do? Because, you know, he's got a few troops, but he has no allies. If he has some kids and stuff, you know, it's entirely possible he could get some allies. But we would want to prevent that. So as you can tell, I'm leaning more towards dealing with this sooner rather than later, because I really don't think that we are going to have any better opportunities than we're going to get. But we do need more troops. And the one way to get that, well, is going to be through alliances. So how can we get a good alliance? Well, we can get some good alliance power by marrying into the family of Carling Bordeaux. Here, the King of France has a fairly significant amount of troops, 7,000. That's enough to tangle with the Emperor just on his own. So if we can bring him in here by getting this marriage, we don't even need a grand wedding, so we don't need to worry about all of that money. Well, that is going to give us probably the troops that we need to pull this off. So there we go. We have formed that alliance. Let's a little bit of time tick by. I'm not too opposed to just kind of letting the Emperor go, and I'd love it if he attacked these troops over here. He gathered them up. Oh, and look, it looks like he is. So as soon as he does that, that might give us the kind of advantage we need. So we are moving like quite quickly here to overthrow this guy. You know, he's going to sit on the throne for maybe 2 years. He got an alliance here, but it's just within his own realm, so that's okay. Yeah, I think that we're just going to go for it. That's just Pavlina is swayed, so that's going to actually potentially indeed allow us to switch over to partition rather than Confederate partition, which will allow us to hold our realm together a little bit better. So we are going to switch over, so we won't have as much breaking up of our realm when we pass on, but we shall see how things go once we take the empire. Halima is going to get the trade just, so that is fine. All right, are you guys engaging? They are engaging in battle here. So obviously these guys' forces are going to get crushed, but it is going to weaken the Emperor's forces just a little bit. Let's see. Doesn't look like anybody else is joining our faction. We can send an ultimatum at any time. We've got 130% power here, so the Emperor's forces, he is losing some forces here. You can see that although he, you know, pretty successfully won that battle there, his forces have been weakened. Not much really. But do we call this in now? I think that's a good question. I think we've got 400, so we still got the mercenary contract for 16 more months, and we'll be able to save up some money in that time to deal with the other forces here. I'm just going to check out, how is your war going here is fine. I mean, he's not going to be a huge help, but I'd love to just steal this. But as patron, you can request them despite that. Oh, I see. So we'll actually be able to take them away from him. Perfect. You know what? I think that this is going to be our best chance. We're going to get, we've got a couple allies and we'll call in the King of France. And I can't imagine that we are going to have a better chance than that. So let us press our demands. Let's see what he says. We shall certainly see. Your claim on my title is no more real than the stories we tell children at night. No matter how many misguided fools you have gathered to help you carry out your little scheme, I will not bend to such a collection of dung. I'd rather die than see my birthright. Your birthright. You say the empire is your birthright? We are the daughter of the empress. You are a usurper, Bosporios. War it is. So we have our allies here. We're going to raise up all of our armies. We're going to raise them up in Athens. Let's break this this one down here. We'll raise up all of our armies. Let's call in the Holy Order. So, yep, they should be hired by us. We've got our mercenary army. So, and now we just need to call in all of our allies. So we can call in, indeed, and we have the Nubian forces as well. So there we go. Look at this. I forgot about our Nubian allies. So with that, we've got 7,000 troops from Nubia, 7,000 troops, almost 8,000 troops from France, not to mention our very significant own 8,000 troops. I can't imagine a better time to wage this war than right now. So indeed, and we, of course, our allies are coming in to aid us. So there we go. This is our chance, and we are going to make the most of it. So let us, you know what? Do we just go straight for the capital? I mean, I don't see any reason why not to. And look at this. We can have a council with Count Suhail and Duke Elias. These are two of our most able commanders here. And they are debating on what strategy we should take. Well, we know how to employ both strategies. So we are going to gain, let's see here, improved offense, and which is pretty decent there, and improved maneuverability. So yeah, not so bad. There we go. It's going to cost us 66 to sail across here, but that's fine. Our allied troops are coming in. I'm not really... Chaya, they'll maybe be able to do something, but... You know, truly it is going to be our allies here. Look at this, 7,000 troops coming in. And then the French troops here are just about to set sail as well. I think that we'll be able to take this. We get a new strategy, so we can do probably envelopment or organized march. I would say probably envelopment seems good. Men-at-arms counter efficiency seems like it would be pretty helpful in this situation. We're going to just land right here in Byzantium. He's got his troops way over here trying to deal with all of this. So I think we still are going to have this advantage here. I should point out that in between episodes, we did give birth to a daughter, Princess Alexia here. So that is just a small side note, but Suhail comes to bend the knee. So here you go. Yeah, we've landed in Byzantium. Add better. The fort level's too high. I mean, there's not much we can do with that. We have some pretty... He's appointed as the Master of Horse. I'm not sure why, but... you want to marry my cousin. Oh, Ruberkid. He wants to marry Theodosia. Will that give us an alliance or anything of that nature? I mean, she's my cousin, my chancellor, and my lady in waiting, but I'm willing to accept that. You know what? Why not? He needs a wife and she needs a husband, so we do need a new chancellor, which gives us a chance to put one of our able vassals in here. So what I think we might do is we might reassign Princess Sophia and put, Princess Eudokia on the council there. We still got Helios here. He's 69 years old. Still our marshal. Yeah, let's let our allies come in. Let's let them bring their troops here, and then we can worry about what we do after that. So you can see the French troops are coming. The Nubian troops are moving up the Nile to come on in, and we're gonna hold this land for as long as we can. If we can take Constantinople, that will give us a massive advantage. The Byzantine forces, or the false emperor's forces, are currently distracted. So, and there we go. We have lost our marshal. I think Helios was facing some internal rebellions. Oh, look at this guy, Duke. Well, you're probably going to get your titles revoked here at some point. So, but he is currently dealing with a fight with our aunt. So, in any case, we need a war leader. So we're going to get Alexios of Saloum. He is incredibly capable and skilled as well. So that is as it is. I wonder what happened to Helios. Let's check out the title history. Where are you? You're wandering? Why don't you wander your way over to my court? No, he won't. I think he's retired. 69 years old. He's probably retired at this point. What about your kid? No, he won't join me either. All right. In any case, let's let the siege roll down. So yeah, some might question the purpose. Oh, let's make sure we're in charge of this because we got that good siege. There we go. Some might question of whether this, makes sense from the roleplay perspective, but I feel like we have that really strong justification of our character being a good military commander, knowing that you need to use those opportunities when you can and not to let your enemy build up their strength for no reason. And I think it's pretty obvious that Despotissa Ariadne has that very strong claim and would want to push that claim. It doesn't make sense to me that she would allow this man to sit on the throne while she kind of goes and deals with small things over here in Egypt. Egypt was never her thing. It was her father's and her grandfather's, but she is the rulers of these lands, but to her the empire is her true and rightful destiny. So Halima, yeah, you know what, we can let's form a friendship with Halima here. So there we go. Looks like our French allies have made their way over, and we've got to the Nubians coming in too. So yeah, overwhelming strength, I believe. We're swaying the Duchess, and she is convinced. So very good. This is going to give us a strong power base here. The Constantinople is already partially sieged down. Getting that capital, like we said, is going to be the ideal circumstance. Nubian forces coming in, and we've got all of our allies just gathering up here. It's going to give us an incredibly powerful amount of forces in this region. I don't even think, even if the Empire troops came over here, there's no way they would be able to defeat this army. We are ill. I think that we are going to do no more than what is necessary. The potion turned out to be just what I needed. There we go. Our symptoms are alleviated, so we're feeling better. We're still in good health, so we don't need to worry about dying anytime soon, provided we aren't assassinated or something of that nature. Hopefully I'm not jinxing it. And here we go. Okay, so our mercenary contract, extend for 3 years, 682. I don't think we can afford that. I don't think we're going to need to bring up mercenaries, so I'll probably just let the contract expire. betrothed can marry. Zenon Sortes, our acclaimed knight. Knight of the Bull here, the leper, but strong warrior, is apparently going to get married. I kind of feel bad for Antonia, but apparently this was arranged, so you know. He at least perhaps they will find some solace in one another, you know. But that remains to be seen. Yeah, so we've got strong forces here. I think that this is going to give us a massive advantage here. The question is, will we be able to hold the empire once this war is done? We'll have our allies, and that's going to make a big difference, but we're feeling better once more. So we are personally leading the siege of Constantinople here, which I think is very important. And we'll... Oh, and we're pregnant again. I guess our husband has joined us as well, so... Indeed, things are looking reasonably well, I would say. And the siege of Constantinople seems to be going good. And we're going to take Bithynia as well pretty soon, too. So that's going to give us, like, full control of the Bosporus Strait here. So, not too bad. I think that the siege is, what, 34? Yeah, 1 month away. The Emperor's forces are still stuck over here dealing with all of this trouble as well, so... My ward, Halima, and her little friend Anatolios have taken a copy of the Sacred Chronicles. You know what? Content seems like a good trait for this young woman. So here we go. The siege is nearly done. 11 days. And let's see who... Aha! Oh, he did have a son. Look at that, born in the purple technically, but he is... That's unfortunate for him that his wife just had a child, twins even, and we captured his son and the heir, the presumed heir. It has come to my attention that some local commoners moving to Attica... Take the gold, make sure you heard. We don't need to spend money on swaying her at this moment. Oh, we have lots of money now, though. Do we need... No, we don't need to extend this contract. We're already at 67% war score, which means we can just go and probably do some more sieging down. If we won a big battle against them, then that would give us the war score that we need. But yeah, we've got 50% from the prisoner. If we can just get some sieges down, this might even be a fairly bloodless war, to be quite honest with you. So... yeah, I mean, things are looking very good for the rightful heir at the moment. Let's go and just continue these sieges here. And, you know, some of our allied forces, they're losing food because they've sailed a long way, but we should still have the overall advantage. You know, his troops are... he's got 7,000. Even if our allies do get pulled away for whatever reason, we should be able to hire up enough mercenaries to deal with whatever this false emperor can throw at us here. So, you know, we're better off as well if we can do this without weakening the imperial forces, because once we take the throne, we are going to inherit a lot of those forces as is our rightful due. So there we go. We have taken some prisoners in the siege, and we're at 79% as it is already. So I think we're going to head here into Phrygia. We'll let all of our allies continue. Oh, okay, never mind. We'll go here then. You guys can continue sieging down. Should be fine. Nickname the Honorable. My acquaintance, have you heard what they call you? My acquaintance Pavlo says to me. They call you Despotisa Ariadne the Honorable. Spectacular, is it not? It is on the lips of noble and peasant alike. A cause for celebration, I think, he says. I can get used to this name. Ah, so look at that. You know, it's something to say that Despotisa Ariadne is considered honorable for this action. She is going up against the false emperor here. But it seems as though, at least, you know, presumably within our lands and the neutrally aligned lands, she is being known as the honorable, and that this is considered an honorable act. So I feel like the people are behind us now. Perhaps they would warm up to Bosporios because he isn't a terrible person, but he is a usurper. He is from the House of Macedon, but Empress Pelagia was like, people saw what was happening. People saw just rebellion and all these forces, and then he comes in and didn't necessarily, he brought like a moment of stability, but is that going to be enough? I don't know if it will be. And so we come in here and we're gonna push our claim on this throne. So looks like our ally here lost his war. That's unfortunate for him. Somebody's trying to kill my friend Antipatra. And we had another daughter. Let's call her, let's see. We're going to get some names from the chat. So if you have any names for girl children, please drop them in the chat. But here, Duke Hyperion. Okay, so he's still involved in the war. So that's good. Sieges are going well. I mean, we might be able to win it after we take one or two. The Emperor's forces, yeah, still getting into some fights here. They are probably going to win this eventually, but I don't know if it's going to. I think it's distracting him and weakening him enough that he can't, he's not bringing his forces back to deal with this. I think maybe he wants to prevent from being attacked in behind. He wants to deal with this quickly and then come and deal. He might not know the extent of simply how many forces and how powerful the enemies arranged against him are. And, I think by the time he even returns home, it's going to be too late for him to do anything about it here. So we're at 99% war score here. Can we go and engage him in a battle? I mean, is that what we need to do to get the? We're gonna take some attrition. 249. We're gonna lose quite a few troops, but our allies don't seem to want to go in there. I think we go for the war score here. Yeah, war score 999, enemy capital. The cap is, so we can get it from occupying counties. We just need to take one more. So let's go and occupy the barony of Prusa, and then we should have our victory. Melissa Leonides has become a skilled warrior. And she is also more interested in women. That might be, maybe do we need another lady in waiting here? Our Despotissa, as much as she likes her husband, she's not attracted to him. So, and, he enjoys, pretty much anything, seems like, up his alley. He's kind of honest and just about it, but maybe a lady in waiting. Let's see. Yeah, Melissa Leonides here. Very well, average. We could appoint you, and you know what? Why not start a seduction scheme? Yeah, let's do it. There we go. We've been overwhelmed by stress. Well, it happens. There we go. Organized march. That's our first time being overwhelmed by stress. A mental break, dark thoughts. I don't think we want to be flagellant or improvident. Let's be strong and resist these urges. I think we'll be able to. I think our character would be the type who could resist such urges here. So yeah, let's just get the sieges going, and one more siege should do it. The enemy forces, they might try to come in to stop us, but it doesn't look like. I feel like the Emperor's forces know that they are far outmatched and just don't even want to bother trying here. Queen Theodesia is plotting against my friend Antipatra. Queen Theodesia of Gardariki. I see. our former chancellor and lady in waiting. Okay, well, tis what it is. Why do we not have... Are you all unraised? Like, where are our siege... Well, like, where's our siege equipment here? Let's gather up our armies here and just see. I don't know why this is still like this, but it is something that we're just gonna have to deal with for now. Yeah, we got another 1,800 troops here. Okay, like, let's go and assist us. I wonder if this is like all of our retinues and stuff. Probably could have made the siege of Constantinople go a little bit faster here, but in any case, we're probably going to get our victory right now. So, Despotissa Ariadne's war for her rightful claim on the Byzantine Empire. Look at all of this. All of these people will become our vassal. Each of our acclaimed knights will gain glory. Every faction member gets a weak hook on us. It's fine. And we gain the title Basileus Bosporius. You may have been a descendant of the emperor, but you are not the rightful one. It cannot be said that the line should simply pass down regardless of any rule of law. No. Our grandfather, Basileus Akakios, was the emperor, and our mother, Pelagia, was the empress, and you stole the throne from her. Well, that throne now goes back into its rightful hands. And here we are, the rightful hands of the heir to an empire, Empress Ariadne of the Byzantine Empire. That is a very sweet sight to see, a sweet sight to see indeed. And there are going to be a lot of things that we are going to need to look at and take care of once we have a chance to settle down from this. But until then, thank you for watching.